Peace and love, divine beings. This is the Soul Speaks podcast. On this podcast, we are letting the soul speak its mind. No more holding back. No more holding in. No more heavy hearts. My yacht wouldn't like that. This podcast is a safe space. Even though we tell the truth gets messy. As above, so below. But we are healing over here divinely. Let's get into it. So, I do want to say a few things. I am recovering a little bit under the weather. But also, if you are new here, I have a toddler, so you may hear him, okay? But he won't be too much of a distraction. Everything helps. So, we just had a full moon in Sagittarius, and that was about truth. That was about adventure within yourself and freedom and what that really means to you. And so I wanted to talk about healing techniques that I've used during many spiritual journeys and the spiritual awakenings that I have had. We're all different, and honestly, everybody handles things differently. Everybody handles emotions differently. How they handle those emotions may be different. Some people may not feel that they are emotional. But just the journey of a spiritual awakening does bring up a lot of emotions, or sometimes blocks emotions. So I just want to talk about some healing techniques that I've used that have helped me during certain periods of time. The first thing I would actually say is affirmations. Affirmations are so divine. They are amazing, and you really don't know how much they help until you find yourself a month in, 2 months in, and you're repeating them, and you have them memorized, and you're just like, yeah, like things do start to change on your outside when you start focusing on your affirmations. I have affirmations that I say depending on how I feel, but I do make time when I wake up to go through my affirmations that I would like programmed into myself that make me feel good, that allow me to have the energy to tackle the rest of my day divinely. So I would have some like, I am a divine energy. I am passionate about my life. I love myself and my healing. I am patient with myself. I will not make assumptions. Things like that. And so just saying different ones, and I have 2 full sheets, so 2 sheets of notebook paper filled up front to back with those. So sometimes I alternate and I do one side, do the other side. Sometimes I read all 4 pages. Sometimes I just read 2, sometimes I read 1. It does depend on my energy, honestly, when I get up, or just throughout the day. Be very creative with what you would like to repeat to yourself every day, because if some of us really didn't have, like for instance, I really didn't have a motivational foundation when it comes to parents, or even just family, not really motivational, like you can do it and things like that were very actually positive. And so I have to reparent myself, because I don't associate with the earth family that I have due to their toxicity. However, I do have cosmic parents, as we all do, and so you have to reparent yourself. You have to allow your higher self to reparent you too. So I would say Have fun, say I am beautiful, I am sexy, things like that. I am respected. I love my body. Speak life into yourself and take the time to actually write these. If you need inspiration, I do have a couple of videos with affirmations that I can link down below in the description box. I also did look online myself and look up specific affirmations for like self-love, for certain chakras like the root chakra or the third eye chakra. So take your time, have fun with it. But this is something that you would be reconditioning yourself. You don't have to say, oh, I'm stupid. You can say, I am educated, I am knowledgeable, I am learning knowledge in divine timing. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself for not knowing things at a certain time, or feeling a certain way. You can say, I am happy. You may be depressed right now, you may be sad, you may be crying, but imagine a week of saying, I am happy, I have everything I need, the divine knows exactly what I need, I am self-sufficient. When you start saying things like that, I have an amazing business, you will start moving in that direction. It is very simple to reprogram your mind because we are used to negative things, right? So we haven't really realized that the negative programming that we've been used to, like, oh, I'm dumb, oh, I'm stupid, oh, I'll never find a man, oh, I'll never find a wife, oh, I'll never get a job, that is being reprogrammed by negative energies that wants us to stay low, that don't want us to heal. And this podcast is about healing divinely, about allowing the soul to heal. And this episode in particular is about healing techniques I've used during spiritual awakenings. So we healing over here. We're not allowing no negative energies to stop our flow. Okay? And we have to speak it as so. I know usually when I read my affirmations in the morning, I am waking up. Like, as I'm reading them, I'm yawning, the tears are falling down, and I have energy after I read those. And now I can actually move forward with my day. Not all of the time does that happen. Sometimes I'm doing other things and I'm like, oh yeah, let me read my affirmations. Whew. And it may be like noon. But as long as I do it, I tried doing it before bed. That works too. So just speak the things you desire into existence. Use the right vocabulary also. Don't say I want this. Say I desire this. I have this. It is here. Thank you for this. You have to affirm it. You have to affirm it. And like I said before, patience. It takes dedication. It takes time for things to happen. And once you show the effort to yourself and your higher self, God is also going to help you heal and, set those manifestations that you are affirming for yourself. Help them come in quicker. Help them come in better. Help them, just be everything you imagine. Music really helps me. I go through... For me, I'm so interesting, and a lot of people say they have an interesting relationship with music, but music can take me into that damn timeline. Like, I could be there in the 80s, I could be there in the 70s. I'm just there. And sometimes it just and the lyrics, if the lyrics are bomb, I feel you 100%. Music definitely heals me. And we're talking about instrumentals, but we're also talking about people who create from a divine sense, from a genius sense. And I would say create a playlist where you can create a couple, but take the time and energy to go through your music, see what you don't need, see what doesn't make you happy. Honestly, I don't listen to sad, like breakup R&B songs because like I said, my energy, I can get really wrapped up in it, and unless I'm sad, that's the only time I want to hear it. But now I've learned I don't want to hear that, because that keeps me sad. I don't want to hear, oh, fuck you, nigga. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear positivity, manifestations. I want to hear something that's going to make me feel better. Even if there are no words, I want the frequency to make me feel better energetically. I want to feel healed. Okay, so you can do a calming, playlist, and actually make it. Spotify, they do have playlists around that, are set for certain things, but I feel like sometimes that can throw off your vibe. I would say create it with the music that you know and love and that you have already. Set aside, a calm, a relaxing playlist, a dance playlist to get the lower chakras moving, get something that's for money manifestation, get something for, your inner child, especially. Like, I need to do that one specifically because I need to have me some with some Hillary Duff and some, all my Disney Channel favorites. I need to have that on there just to reminisce, just to heal my inner child for a second, then hop back into, my daily routine. Also, meditation. So the meditation frequencies, go online and find some that's for you. If you have already been looking at meditation music on YouTube, see which ones you have liked and which ones you didn't like, and then put them in a category. I have my meditation playlist, and I can add it below just to help, so you can create your playlist, or you can use mine. It's up to you. But things that help me, like with chakras, with inner child, with releasing suppressed emotions, things like that. We have the ability to access the things that we need to heal in this moment, and we have to take advantage of it. Not saying before it's too late, but we have to take advantage of it, because we need to be in a healed enough state to where internet doesn't matter. We are healed, and we have learned a lot from the times that we had internet to help ourselves without it, if that makes sense. I would also say spending time in nature. Now, everyone says this, and I know that everyone doesn't have nice weather right now. It's gonna be summer soon, so it should be nice where you are. I mean, not nice. It should be good. It should be good weather. It should be warm weather, humid weather, possibly, or at least lots of sun during this time. And you should just get out in it. If you can get out in the grass barefoot, if you could just lay there in the sun, if you could stare at the sun for a little bit, not too much, don't hurt yourself, or just get out there, just get out and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and also do some other breath work where you can alternate between nostrils. Breathe in through one and breathe out through the other, and you just, just different things like that. It's very possible for you to heal yourself. Speak affirmations while you are out there in the sun. I 1,000% recommend it. I also recommend creating your own healing techniques as far as speaking outside. So I usually say, as the wind blows, clear up every and any speckle of negativity from my body. As the wind blows, it is released. As the wind blows, I am gaining more confidence. Things like that. It's the thought that counts, honestly, and we have to exhibit more positive, divine, healing thoughts to ourselves. We are the only ones that is going to do it, okay? We're the only ones that's going to do it. I would also say, too, that if you can't really go outside, leaving the window open and just listening to the outside, to the birds, to the wind, that, and just trying to immerse yourself in their picture, visualize yourself outside, visualize yourself in a jungle, visualize yourself, listening to the birds and real Alice in Wonderland vibes where you're communicating with the birds. it is healing. And you'll realize how nurtured you are by the universe, because you are the same as those birds, the same as those flowers. You are the same. You are being taken care of. You are being healed every single day of your life. Also, another way that I tried to help myself heal during a spiritual awakening was journal. Now, I'm not talking about really shadow work. I'm talking about like just writing stuff out, like, today, this, that, like whole diary vibe. Write it. Write it all out if you need to. If it's a certain day where you need to and you're like, I can't believe this happened, like it's a whole bunch of stuff happening in one day, write it down. Now, you can write it down and keep it and, create a daily journal or a daily diary, or you can burn it. After you read it, of course, read it. Give it maybe like an hour or something, then read it and be like, oh yeah, like, and see if you have a different perspective of what you wrote. Because it's interesting to see, because it's called automatic writing, where you just allow your spirit to do it, but sometimes it can get dangerous. But it's allowing your subconscious, I feel, to express itself, to allowing your soul to speak. And not everybody's soul should speak, because not everybody has a soul, but that's a different story. But allowing your soul to speak, allowing your heart to open itself up. We're not holding back nothing. We're not holding in anything. And my yacht went like a heavy heart, like I always say. So journal it all out. I've shed tears on a notebook. I've actually spent a time last year, actually this time last year, right before the Lionsgate, I was starting a journal and just writing things down. And when I tell you, by December, like, I went through like 2-3 awakenings just in that notebook from June to December of last year, y'all. Went through so many awakenings. So much drama was happening, so many realizations. My eyes were open so many times. Like, it was crazy. And I definitely did have to burn it, because I shed a lot of tears between June and December of last year. I shed a lot of tears. I did a lot of cord cutting. I did a lot of tapping into myself and my magic. I did a lot of, actually doing things for me and sacrificing anything that didn't love me or actually care for me in the same sense. Anybody that didn't have reciprocal energy or love was out of there. And so journaling really helped me figure out who was playing me, who wasn't. How I had figured out how I was involved in spell work. I didn't even know I was under spell work until I realized it with that journal. And I burnt the shit out of that journal, by the way, because that doesn't need to be in my house. That's not something I'm going to keep and remember and keep looking at. I know what I went through with that journal, and that's why I had to go. And now when I'm starting journals or something, it's more of divine light, things I noticed. Oh, I found a feather today. Oh, I saw this number. Oh, I saw this word. Oh, this rune, this symbol, things like that. Something that I can keep, not something that is heavy, because that notebook was indeed heavy. I went through at least 3 or 4 spiritual awakenings. I figured out a lot of backstabbing and betrayals that was going on. There was a lot of tower moments. It was a lot of devil energy in there, just regarding people that I was talking about, and it had to go. It was a lot of elusive energy, and sometimes you have to do that. So if you need to have a burn book, do that. If you start now and write it up until it fills up, all of the negative things you want to get rid of, your shadow moments, things that just shadow workings in general. If you want to do that, you make it a shadow work burn book, and you just write down all your shadow work, and then you burn it. Shit, I don't know. Whatever is healing to you, but I know that was healing to me. And also just writing things down and burning it is healing to me. So, we have to heal ourselves in the best, healthiest way possible. A lot of us withhold fun from ourselves. A lot of us withhold love from ourselves, and what that's given it to ourselves or allowing other people to give it to us. And we don't have to live like that anymore. We already know that we are different. We have old souls. We feel different ways and different things. We experience different things. But we also know that some of us, our tribe, we have experienced the same thing together. And so we had to heal. We're teaching our future generations how to heal. Did our parents teach us how to heal? No, they taught us how to drink and smoke and ignore our problems just by going to work and sleeping around and using sex to do that. Did their parents teach them how to heal? No, they just said, oh, you better stop crying before I give you some more stuff to cry about. Did their parents even teach them how to heal? No, because they were slaves and they were dealing with their masters. And so this is what we're saying here. Like, we have to be the change, and we are. We literally are. So I want you to really be gentle with yourself, because you are the only person that in your life is doing this for you. You are doing this for you so that your future generations can be straight. Shit, if you have children right now, they are the future. So if you are not healing yourself, you can't heal them. You are passing down those negative cycles. You can't help it because you haven't healed. You haven't dealt with the trauma. You haven't sat down in meditation. You can't stand to be quiet. Some of our parents can't. I know for a fact karmic family members cannot sleep without something on. They need a light or they need the TV on to sleep. That's wild to me. It needs to be dark and it needs to be quiet. Because they don't want to hear what's going on in their mind. They don't want to let their soul speak, because that soul is going to say something real. It's going to let that real entity out. They ain't going to be able to hide what comes out. So we need to heal ourselves, because we are the healers. We are the shamans. We are the teachers. We are the Martin Luther Kings in a positive sense. We don't know anybody that I mentioned. I'm not talking about anything negative they did. If they were coons, if they were agents, if they were fake. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about the name and the light, the divine title that is on their name right now. And we have divine titles on our names. That's why we are here in this generation, in this time right now, doing the things that we are doing right now. We are meant to do this. We are disciples. God is within us. We are the Lamb of God. And so we have to continue to spread the light of God, the divine light of God, the divine wisdom of God. We have to continue to show people that God does exist, because we have little people out here that this is their future. Like, they have to grow up into this. When we were growing up, the world was big, but it was kind of exciting. We were excited to grow up and to see what the world is like. And so we need to help these children want to grow into something better. We need to help these children want to advance their future. Some of these children don't even want to make it to 21. They could care less. They don't care about the future. They do all these things, and they're so conditioned by social media. And we have to heal ourselves, because our children deserve it. Our grandchildren deserve it. Our great-grandchildren deserve it. Our grandnieces and nephews, our nephews and cousins, our brothers and sisters, they deserve it. While we're still here, we need to keep fighting. And that fighting means healing on the inside, because that protects the energy and the aura of the outside. That protects the vibration of the outside. So, I'm done ranting. I just want to share how I healed, or how I still use these techniques to heal. Stay safe out here, y'all. Stay protected. Keep loving yourself. Keep speaking the truth. Peace and love.